Hey guys, it's your boy Rugby League Roundup back here with episode 25 of the Beyond the Tryline podcast. And we are reviewing round 20 of the NRL 2026 season. Um, just before we start, there has been a big couple of changes within the Beyond the Tryline podcast. I do have a new logo um, that I have made, which I will show you in the latest stream coming up today. Um, then also a new channel logo, which I will also be sharing in the next stream. But we will get into the review now, where we start off on Thursday night with the Penrith Panthers taking on the Brisbane Broncos at 7:35. And what an absolute banger of an NRL game this was. I mean, going into this game, I think you had every right to say that um, Panthers were going to put an absolute scoreline on the Broncos, but not the case on Thursday night. And we saw the Broncos of last year come out and put on an amazing show for their fans that have been waiting for a win for 8 weeks. And I know what that feeling's like as well. So very good for the Broncos and their supporters. And pulling off a very gritty victory, 14-12 over the Penrith Panthers, the team running first place in the NRL competition right now. And they saved themselves another chance to make the finals by getting this win. I mean, they do have to win. I'm pretty much sure 100% of their all their games for the rest of the season. So, they've given themselves another chance to survive. And if they keep winning and they don't lose, they'll make the finals. So, yep, big win from the Broncos. My man of the match for this game, though, has to go to Reece Walsh. We'll just go into his stats, deep dive as we go through them. Okay, so we'll go through his stats here. The Broncos fullback has had a big night on Thursday with 3 try assists, 3 line break assists, 134 run meters, and 6 tackle breaks. An absolute masterclass on Thursday night from the man Reece Walsh. Probably his best game of the season, and he is one of the best fullbacks in the NRL competition when he's on. So, very good to see. I'm going to give this game an 8 out of 10. I think it was a very, very interesting clash, and very, very good result from the Broncos. Moving on to the next game, the first game of the Friday night footy, 6 p.m. The Sharks versus the Knights. This is a top 4 clash, this game. It was very big and very important for both teams. The Knights, as you can see here, they did score 4 tries to 3. But Sharks ended up coming through with this one. I mean, the big story out of this game was just the missed conversions from Kalen Ponga. I mean, Sharks 3 from 3, and then Kalen Ponga just 1 from 4 in conversions, and he only nailed the last one. I mean, that is just disappointing. I mean, you can't be missing kicks in an important game like this, and if he made those kicks, they win the game. But Sharks managed to hang on, and they're starting to prove themselves now every week. The Sharks, I think there's something very important building there, very, very key. And that's that they're getting the close games done, and they can also put on absolute masterclasses like they did against the Dolphins 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, very, very, very improved performances from the Sharks. More consistency heading towards the final series now. Whereas it's around this period where they would start to fall off in previous years, but they're maintaining it, and it's good to see. But my man of the match for this game will go to William Kennedy. He had 1 try assist, 190 run meters, and 5 tackles with 0 miss. I mean, he does not get nearly enough credit, William Kennedy, and that's why he gets my man of the match. Just the amount that he does that doesn't get noticed. And when he plays a game like this, he deserves some credit. So he will get my man of the match for the Sharks game on Friday afternoon. And I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10. I think it was a pretty good clash, pretty enjoyable to watch, and a good 6 p.m. game. So, 7 out of 10, and William Kennedy, the man of the match. All right, moving on to the next game now. Friday, 8 p.m. It is the Storm and the Roosters facing off. Now, I think there was a stat before this game that said Roosters have won 3 of the last 30 games or something like that against the Storm and the Panthers combined. Um, but with the amount of players Storm had out, I thought, you know, there's a big possibility that Roosters go out here and put an absolute cricket score on them. Nah, that was not the case. With Roosters only getting a 14-6 victory against the Storm, and it was a very tough match. Roosters did come away with the 2 points, and they got the job done, and that's what they needed to do. They just needed to win this game, and they got that done. But Storm, the amount of good fight they showed on Friday night was just amazing. I mean, it really could have gone either way. I think Suafalogo gave a pass to Nick Meaney in the corner, and Nick Meaney just drops the ball over the try line, and yeah, um, that could have put them back in the match there with not long to go. But I thought they showed some excellent fight. The Melbourne Storm. They've had one of the roughest seasons I've ever seen in Melbourne Storm history, and yeah, the incredible fight they showed against the Roosters. They're definitely going to get some credit from me. But the Roosters did their job. They got the job done. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't a pretty performance at all, but they did what they needed to do, and they got their 2 points. And I think they're in the top 4 comfortably right now. So, yeah, very, very good win there from the Roosters. But for me, my man of the match is going to go to a guy who's had lots of injuries in the past, and that is the centre for the Roosters, Billy Smith, who dived over for a try, got a try assist. He ran for 155 metres and made 23 tackles without missing a single one. So it's just absolutely great to see him back playing at full fitness, and yeah, it's brilliant to see. And glad he's healthy and back on the field playing consistently, because when he is, he can be very good. And he did prove so on Friday night against the Melbourne Storm. Um, Moving on to the next game, where it is the Saturday 3 p.m. clash. The Raiders at GIO Stadium. A lot of people did expect Rabbitohs to come out away with this victory, but the the performance from the week before by the Raiders, that 42-16 clinic against the Doggies, made me tip the Raiders for this game, and yeah, they proved me right. I had them winning, and 28-6 in the first half. I thought they could go put a absolute big score line on them, but they did back off in the second half, and yeah, I think that's something that's a little bit disappointing, because when you're up that big at halftime, 28-6, you want to carry on with the job. You want to go put 50 or 40 or 50 on them, but that wasn't the case. Rabbitoh showed some great fight and some quality in fighting their way back, but a very costly move that Jade Stewart picked the ball up off a Ashton Ward pass and ran the field, pretty much put the match to bed for the Raiders. It was it was a tale of two halves, but Raiders came out with the win in the end. But they still lost in some sort of capacity for me, because the big news out of this game was Hudson Young rupturing his Achilles. I mean, it's cut his season short now, and that's a big loss for the Raiders. The impact he has, the energy he brings, defense and attack. I mean, the points he could provide for a side like the Raiders is just a big loss, and for me, that probably wraps their season up. I hate to say it, because I think Raiders, they can be an enjoyable side to watch, but Hudson Young is a very key, and I think people should realise how big he is. I mean, losing him early in that second half, just a big loss. For man of the match, though, I'm going to have to give it to. I'm probably going to give it to Ethan Strange. I think just how dominant he was on the left side, 109 run meters, 2 try assists, and then you look at his defensive stats. I mean, 25 tackles, 3 miss, just so strong, such a strong player, and yeah, very key. I mean, ever since he's moved to the left side, uh, it's been absolutely amazing to say. And Ricky Stewart's pulled off an absolute genius move there by putting him on the left and Ethan Sanders on the right. So, yeah, very good win from the Raiders. And this game, I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10. Some sloppy errors in the middle there, but yeah, Raiders just showing how good they can be and how dangerous they can be. All right, moving on to the next game, the Saturday 5:30 game in Go Media Stadium at Auckland. The Dragons lose to the Warriors 20 points to 12 in a very controversial game. Now, I did talk about this on Saturday with my guest at the time, Sam, but I won't get in. I won't get into the refereeing decisions and all of those controversial calls. But something I did want to talk about was how gritty the Dragons were as a side. I mean, a team in last place, pushing aside of the Warriors' quality for a full 80 minutes was just unbelievably great to see. Um, but something that impressed me more is just what a great sign this is for the future. I mean, talk about the future. One player that stood out to me and is getting my man of the match, although we did lose. Uh, I'm going to give the man of the match to one player who particularly deserves it, and that is Hamish Stewart. I mean, this guy is awesome to watch. I mean, the way he plays is just sensational. I mean, the defensive technique, 47 tackles, 2 missed. It's unreal. The efficiency is unreal. And he broke the line, set up a try for Gutho in the first half with the first try there. And then himself dummies 4 Warriors players, sends them the other way, and goes 20 meters untouched down the middle of the field. I mean, it's so good to watch. And yeah, I'm so excited for what is to come in the future for the Dragons. So that's my man of the match for the Dragons player. But in the Warriors team, you have to give a man of the match to the winner. In all realism, because they did come out with a win in the end. But I probably would have to go. It's hard to pick because I was so focused on the Dragons this whole week. But James Fisher-Harris was huge. 190 run meters in 18 runs, 83 post-contact meters, as you can see there. 24 tackles, although he did miss 5. They were more scramble. But he's just a huge inclusion. Whenever he's there, he's a big threat. He's a scary, scary forward. And I thought we did well to handle him for as long as we could, but he was very immense for the Warriors. I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10, and I think I'll give Warriors credit on this because they did win in a tough match. Although we are running last, that is the Dragons. They got it done in a close game, and that should give them some confidence when it comes to getting those close games done. I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10, and I'm just going to quickly get into a comment here from Annie XO. How are we? The touchy for our game needs to go to Specsavers. How on earth can you miss a pass that's 3 meters forward? I'll never know. But proud of the effort we showed, and as usual, our forwards are on fire. I mean, yeah, the forwards are just awesome to watch. Yeah, I won't get too much into that forward pass as I did on Saturday, but yeah, that's something that needs to be reviewed a bit better. Maybe implement some technology that all the fans have been raving about for years on end. So yeah, 7 out of 10 that game. I thought it was a good game to watch, especially as a neutral. If you were there as a neutral, not going for either team, I think that's a pretty good game to watch. The last game though, it wasn't a great game to watch as a spectator, just not going for either team. But the Dogs put an absolute belting to the Tigers on Saturday night, 32 points to 0. Sean O'Sullivan, I mean, this dude's been waiting for his chance all season, probably been off the bench most of the 4 or 5 games he's played, and this chance that he got, I mean, he absolutely made sure of it. Although he got dropped to the bench for this weekend, he was a big key in them winning this against the Tigers. He kicked a very important 40-20 and got a try assist himself. But for the Tigers, though, the noise gets louder every week. I mean, after such a good start to the season, they've just let go. They've just let go of it. I mean, that after that game against the Sharks where Adam Dewey goes down, the announcement of Jerome Luai coming out, going to PNG, um, it's become just news after news, and I just don't feel like it's been fair for the Tigers. Unfortunately, just so many distractions with injuries and news, big news coming out this season. I actually feel really bad, uh, and the season's come to a pretty bad ending. I don't think we can see them make finals anymore, but I still hope to see some bigger performances from Tigers. I think this is the lowest of the low for them in this season in particular, losing 32-0 like that. But um, hopefully they can fix it up. They need to respond. Just not just for their fans who've been in the trenches with that team for years and years, but for themselves. They've got to prove a point. Or the NRL 360 or the social media, they are shutting them down. And I mean, this is your time where you need to say, okay, let's back ourselves here. There is some pressure on us in terms of performing, but we've improved as a squad over the last year or two under Benji Marshall, and they haven't shown that yet. But I believe that they can. So yeah, unfortunately, since that Sharks lost, they haven't performed quite as well, but they'll get there, and I think that's something we just got to wait and see in terms of the Tigers. Still on the Dragons fixture here. Let me just get off that and into the Tigers game. Um, I'll show you my man of the match now. We'll run through his stats, and it is for me the centre, Matt Burton. I mean, 1 try, 6 for 6 in conversions with the penalty goal included. 16 points, 140 run meters, 1 line break, 2 line break assists, and 1 try assist. This guy had one of his best games of the season. The Storm game itself as well, like that was probably his best game, but this game against the Tigers is definitely up there. And yeah, the performance from Matt Burton was brilliant. I think ever since he's moved to centre, he's been really good. I wouldn't even mind seeing him at 6, but I think they're pretty sold on him being a centre from now on. So yeah, very good performance from Matty Burton, but going to give the rating of the game in general a 5 out of 10. I didn't really enjoy it. Just not much interest in it at all. So yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. And we'll move on to Sunday afternoon, where the Titans took on the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, and they win 38 points to 32 in a very, very high scoring affair. The big news to come out of this game is the injury to Tom Trbojevic, and yeah, I mean, I feel horrible for Tom Trbojevic. Hamstring after hamstring injury. I think he's had about 9 hamstring injuries now, 5 on one side and 4 on the other, and it's just unfortunate, just really unfortunate. Um, I don't remember a more unlucky NRL player in terms of injuries that bad, but yeah, his luck has been absolutely awful, and I just wish him all the best and hope to see him back healthy soon. Um, he will be key if he's healthy, but it's just very rare we see that, unfortunately. Titans very, very strong at home. Tino Fasua Malawi is my man of the match. I mean, if you're a Titans fan, you've probably expected more out of him this season. I mean, I'm just, I don't know. I felt a bit underwhelmed by Tino this year, but this game, 62 minutes, 188 run meters from 20 runs, and 31 tackles with no missed tackles at all. So, he can provide. He got 2 offloads away, 5 tackle breaks. I thought he was very solid. He was my man of the match. Could have given it to Oliver Pascoe, but he missed 8 tackles, and I didn't really want to. I don't think you can't be rewarded for missing 8 tackles, although he did come up with 2 very important plays. Oliver Pascoe is a genuine prospect and a potential to be one of the best hookers in the NRL in the future, one of the better players in that position. I just think Tino stood up for his side, real captain to knock, and bloody brilliant to see. So Tino gets my man of the match. The game rating itself, there's not much to go through, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And yeah, I think one thing I want to say about the Eagles is that they've just been so underwhelming. Like, I don't know, when was it when they versed Para? The 15 errors they made. Like, we'll go Eagles here now. We'll just look through it. I know this is a different week completely, but you just feel since this match, they've not been able to put matches together. I mean, Luke Brooks got injured here. This is the key. Luke Brooks got injured in this game. They won 30-4. They put an absolute belt to ass against the Melbourne Storm, but they haven't been able to perform since then. So that Luke Brooks injury has proven to be very key in terms of Manly Warringah Sea Eagles season in general. But yeah, unfortunately, there's not much you can do with injuries. But Joey Walsh has big potential, but he's super young, so there is a lot of time for him to develop, and he's going to be a good player. 6 out of 10 for that game. The last game of the round sees the Dolphins taking on the Queensland Cowboys. Tom Dearden back from injury. And in the first half, 12-10, what a good clash it was going to be. But, the week before this, we talk about bad performances. But the Dolphins' performance against the Sharks was embarrassing. So they needed to respond. And so they did. They won 36 points to 16, responding from that 66-0 thrashing against the Sharks. Cowboys, on the other hand, I'm disappointed with because Tom Dearden coming back into the side, you think, okay, this was going to be a closer game. And it was panning out that way until the second half started. And then I think Felice Kafusi, Thomas Gilbert, bunch of forwards just started crashing over for tries. And, Jermaine Osaka got a couple of tries as well. Max Plath. It just got really out of hand, and Cowboys couldn't control it all in that second half. I'd say they were quite lucky to get that Drinkwater try. It wasn't really creative. It was more that they just stripped the ball out and they pounced on it. So, try is a try, but yeah, very lackluster performance from Cowboys in that second half in particular. My man of the match will go to Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, 2 line break assists, 1 try assist, 10 tackle breaks. And yeah, that's a very good performance from the Hammer there. But in terms of game rating, absolute snooze fest. I think I turned it off. And that's going to be a 4 out of 10 for me. So, yeah, that's it for the games this week. We'll just get into the comments. Say hello to Jack. We had him on the show on Monday night where we did review the announcement of Dean Young as the NRL head coach of the St. George Illawarra Dragons for the next few seasons. Loses this week, the Titans. Yep, I hope so. Titans will be sunk at Kogarah on Sunday. I really hope so. I mean, I would love to see another win at Kogarah, and because I'm going, I hope we get the W there. I might vlog it as well. We'll just see how that pans out. But that's it for my round review this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. There is another episode coming out today at 5 p.m. in about 45 minutes. We are going live to do our tips for this week. So make sure to tune in again in about half an hour to 45 minutes. But that's it for this round of review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye.